We've got basketball at Oracle Arena, the home of the Warriors. In Oakland, California, live on 2K Sports.
Let's get a nice clean game, huh?
Well, it was the Golden State Warriors winning their last game against the Clippers in Los Angeles.
And believe it or not, it wasn't the stars that led the charge for them in that win. It was about the role players. I mean, the guys who they don't usually count on for the lion's share of their points came through.
Guys, simply a complete team performance. And road wins where everybody contributes really can galvanize a team and bring it together.
We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. So on the floor for Minnesota, we've got Durant. Rudy Gobert is out there with Bonianis. Then there's Ginobili. And it's Williams at the point guard position.
Get through, get through, get through. You know, no doubt last year a bit of a loss for Paul George. I mean, had to sit out most of it after that gruesome leg injury in the Team USA scrimmage.
Down low. And it's Durant missing. And here's George for three. Out of bounds. Minnesota takes possession. The Timberwolves have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Williams gets to Bonianis. To the paint. George against Durant. Fades away. Good. Durant got the game going with his first points of the game for Minnesota.
And how about that? Just an easy way to get on the board.
And just like that, Greg, the first lead belongs to them. They think that kind of defense is going to get it done against him. They're mistaken.
Six on the shot clock. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. They get the rebound. Gobert can't hit.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They will fall over.
And the shot is good.
He always knows where his teammate's going to be, and Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for it.
Now here's Williams. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. There's a screen by Bonianis. Durant with a wide open look. He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. He's on his way to the free throw.
That's good. Hit. Shooting one.
Nice job to convert the putback opportunity there. I mean, he stayed with that play from start to finish. That's something we say about him a lot.
Now here's Teague. Really played well against the Clippers in his last outing. Kicks it out to Evans. Mirotic, the best to Edwards. Back to Mirotic. Yes, and a nice assist from Evans. Mirotic just got himself on the board with 3 there.
A good open look, and he splashes home the 3.
And really, the Warriors had an amazing regular season last year. Just from a historical standpoint, it was one of the best ever.
Ginobili attacking. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. And yes, sir, that one drops. Teague with the ball. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. Mirotic, the screen. Launches it. Minnesota with the rebound. And for the Warriors last year, they would end the season with 67 wins. That number, Clark, tied for the 6th best win total in NBA history.
And my guess is only a few people saw it coming. I mean, as the season wore on, it became more and more apparent the Warriors were for real, but it took a while for people to accept that fact.
Last season was possibly the best of Tyreke Evans' career, at least since his unbelievable rookie campaign.
Yeah, and Kev, a lot of that has to do with his injury history. I mean, last year he played in 79 games. That's the most of his career. So you could say it was probably the healthiest season he's had since he was a rookie.
2 on the clock. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Warriors have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far.
You know, back to Tyreke Evans last year, he had a big jump in three-point percentage. He was also up in assists, rebounds. Really did a lot of good things. The only bad news, he was also up in turnover. We missed that one. Great shooters have a way of feeling when they've got enough room to pull the trigger.
No doubt about the defense. You can see him exhale right now. Fortunate that he didn't knock that one down.
Here he comes, and there he goes.
Look at him punish that rack.
Check out the fellas. Check out his teammates over on the bench. So they are going crazy.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here.
And guys, it's easy to forget sometimes just how young Kevin Durant still is. I mean, last season, he became the 2nd youngest player to get to 15,000 points.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Andre Robertson, he's struck in for George. And it's Richardson in for Tyreke Evans. To the right side. 6 on the shot clock. And that one's good. And it's 6 points for Teague. For Durant getting to 15,000 points, the only player, Clark, to do it quicker was LeBron James.
Yeah, and it's even more impressive when you realize that Durant did spend 1 year in college, Kevin. You take a year off his age, and he and LeBron got to that point plateau in virtually the same amount of time.
So the Timberwolves called their first timeout. Last year, a good one for Jeff Teague, Clark. He was a first-time All-Star in this league.
He's a pick-and-roll technician, so good in reading the defense as he operates from that spot on the floor. He was really the catalyst for what was a really efficient offense for the Hawks.
Kaminsky is checked in for Golden State. Lure comes in for Mirotic. Minnesota's gone 0-2 from deep here. Williams again. It's Teague. Williams dishes to Durant. And it falls over the rim and in. Durant's got 6.
Jeff Teague, a real speed merchant. I mean, very tough to stay in front of. He can put you on skates, blow by, and get right to the rim.
Timberwolves have gone 5-12 from the field since the opening 2. There's a screen by Monty Eunice. Durant kicks to Gobert. There's a good screen. Just 4 to shoot. No good from Ginobili.
You got Jeff Teague, an attack guard. He's just an average three-point shooter, but he gets to the free throw line in bunches, shoots at a high percentage, and has really evolved, I think, into one of the elite point guards in the league.
Connects on the 17-footer. Teague's got 8 points.
Strong start here early. 4 of his first 5 made.
And here's the fast break. Richardson.
On that finish.
How's that for a one-man show? Put this fella on Broadway. Self-service.
Magnificent alley-oop. He could the challenger.
Yeah, and he pulls that one off, guys, to perfection.
Well, they weren't going to pass up that chance to get out and run following the steal.
They better not. They've got to pad their lead anytime an opportunity presents itself, and that was a golden.
It's Durant with the drive. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot two. One of the most dominant players in 2014 was Kevin Durant, of course, winning the league MVP. And last year, cut short. We know that he's now on a mission to get back to that level, but it gets hard.
Yeah, you know, it all came down to health for Kevin Durant. And at this point in his career, I mean, he's got the maturity. He's developed the skill set. He's just got to stay on the court. And really, when you talk about the game of basketball, the rest will take care of itself.
And now we've got the intentional foul. You just watched Jeff T. He's a natural scorer. Clark, he's also made steady improvement as a playmaker.
Yeah, you look at his assist rate, Kevin, well in the top 10 in the league. He's cut down on his turnovers as well. You can tell he's starting to really figure it out, and the game is slowing down for him.
Vince Carter, who's checked in for the Timberwolves. Pick by Moskov. They set the pick. Intercepted. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks.
And unfortunately, we've seen a few too many of those. Lack of concentration and alertness, a turnover, and an easy bucket the other way in transition.
And really, a few more of those, and this game could be over.
And stolen by Richardson. Now, here's Teague. 12 points for him. From outside the arc. Oh, he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
And money to end the quarter there with the triple.
They knew exactly what they wanted to do right there, Greg, and the timing was right on time.
And a double-digit lead on the scoreboard as we end the first quarter of play. The Warriors on top as they end the first quarter on a 20-7 run. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Oracle Arena in Oakland, California. And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And what's your take, guys, in the hustle stats for the Warriors?
They've set the first half tone by getting out on the fast break and getting the defenders on their heels.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
Andre Robertson out there with John Lewis. Then there's Smart. Then it's Kaminsky. And it's Richardson in a shooting guard. That's the group for the Golden State Warriors to start the second quarter.
And you know what? His mind's playing tricks on him right now because he's not going to live that one down easily.
And Durant, here we go. And the jam by Moniunas.
Tell you what, Kevin, they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
Mark, that deficit will go away quickly if he does.
And how about how he capped that one out? Almost like the 1-2 punch.
And the basket by Kaminsky. Kaminsky's got the lead up to 12 now for the Warriors. Minnesota really had a rough year last season. A lot of people know that, obviously. A lot to do with their defense. They just, Greg, struggled in almost every defensive metric.
Yeah, and they struggled at times guarding the basketball, but ultimately I think the biggest issue for them was their inability to protect the rim. That's an area and a point of emphasis that has to improve for this young team.
Second quarter, we're a little over a minute and a half in. Smart passes to Kaminsky. Dishes it to Robertson. Shot clock at 6. Stolen by Durant. Williams kicks to Durant. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
You know, the Timberwolves in their defense is the league's worst in opponent field goal percentage. Also dead last in field goal percentage, which takes threes into account for the value they add. So near the bottom of the league in block shots as well. Hard to win when you're struggling in those areas.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Paul George comes in for Andre Robertson. And Tyreek Evans is subbed in for Richardson. Timberwolves trail by 7. Here's Cannon. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Picked by Mozgov. Clock at 6. Durant for 3. And he gets it to go. Durant's got a couple of three-pointers in the second for the Timberwolves.
And really, overall, the defense was just very poor. The defensive field goal percentage at the rim, worst in the league last season, and you don't have to block them all, but you need to do a better job of challenging shots, something the Wolves are going to have to work on.
Warriors leading by 4. Evans attacking. And here's George. Yes, and a nice assist from Evans. Evans has got 3 assists in the game. Minnesota's gotten both of their three-point attempts to go down here in the second quarter. Here's Cannon. Kicks it to Mozgov. Fires from 14. And the Timberwolves tack on 2 more.
And their shots are falling now with more regularity than we saw at first.
Well, it was a slow start, but they've gone from simmer to medium heat, and they're bordering on hot to close this gap.
A shot by Kaminsky. Nobody around. Off target with his 3. To the middle. Durant for 3. Shot is off. So Golden State will take it the other way. And, of course, Paul George, a lockdown and throwaway level defender, voted all defense first team back in 2014.
Yeah, and listen, I think we're all anxious to see him get back to the level he was prior to that horrific injury he suffered doing USA basketball. And you know what? He's always going to have a chance to be the defensive player of the year. Let's just hope that this guy can get it all the way back, because he is a true credit to our game.
And the Timberwolves call time. Marcus Smart was drafted to the Celtics as their future point guard. He came in with a lot of work to do and a skill set that people really like. But his first season, Clark, was a roller coaster.
Yeah, it really was. He was an off guard in high school and in his first year of college as well. Really only played full-time at the point the year before he was drafted.
Teague, he's checked in for Golden State. Carter with the 3. No good. Excellent D there from George. Inside. Evans. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And for Smart, though, he still has a lot of work to do on his ball handling and passing. His shooting, I think, exceeded some people's expectations. 37% from the field last year was subpar, but his 34% accuracy from 3 was solid. He finally started going straight up on his jumper instead of leaning in, and his release looked running.
Here's Cannon. Pass to Mozgov. And Mirotic sees it back. And here we go. George heading to the hoop.
That's a terrific sequence at both ends of the floor. They block the shot and recover it for the fast break finish.
Took him no time at all on that one. And Mirotic got 4 points now in the quarter.
You know, you're talking about Smart's lackluster field goal percentage. Once he gets more comfortable with his ball handling and adjust to the length in the NBA, I think he'll convert more at the basket. That'll also create more drive and dish chances for him as well.
And George, here we go. And that one is stuffed right through.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there. I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant. This guy, much like Greg, created havoc out there.
Evans outside. Lets it go from deep. And he gets it to go. Evans has got 7.
A wide open 3. much better communication defensively.
Gannon kicks to Mbamute. And up the court come the Warriors on the break. And so the ball out of bounds. Bogut touched it last.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Timberwolves trail by 9. And there's a minute 45 left to play here in the second quarter. Passes it to Mbamute. And there's the foul. It'll go on Nikola Mirotic. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And what a first year it was for Steve Kerr and the Warriors. It was the best debut as a new coach ever. 67 wins. He also established a franchise win total in his first year.
Teague can't hit.
Well, it seems like they're getting a little fat and sassy here, complacent in the second quarter.
We've seen their free throw attempts stagnate, not getting much going on inside. They can't get too comfortable.
Mozgov's shot is off.
And the fadeaway was the only option he had on that one. Defender there all over.
And again, no good by Golden State.
Boy, from my angle, it looked like it was in the bottom of the net. Looked good from here.
Yeah, I'm about as shocked as you are, Clark.
And Mbamute inside. Two covering. And he throws it down hard with one hand.
And really nothing like a good old-fashioned throwdown to get a team going.
And Greg, they do need to get going. They wouldn't mind, shaving a couple more points off that lead right away.
Well, if the defense keeps giving up easy baskets like that, it won't be a lead for long.
Back to Evans. Outside Teague. 5 to shoot. And it's Evans in the corner. That ball is nice speed that time from Jordan. And that's now 10 points for Tyreke Evans. Hit by Mozgov. So we've reached the end of the first half of play. Warriors lead by 8. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of the third quarter. And the second half about to start here in just a few moments.
What a tremendous game for Teague. 15 points and 2 steals as well.
Offensively, defensively, man, he has done it all.
All hustle, non-stop effort. He just doesn't quit. Great resilience and relentlessness in his play.
And the second half about to start here in just a few moments. It's been one outstanding game from Jeff Teague.
I just love the tenacity on the defensive side. I mean, his play on D has been a huge factor for them as he continues to get steal after steal.
And guys, as the game moves on, I think we should continue to be aggressive defensively to keep ball handlers off balance.
So on the floor for Minnesota, we've got Monty Eunice, Ginobili out there with Darren Williams, and it's Durant, and it's Gobert in at the 5. Williams dishes to Monty Eunice. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. This is his first trip to the line tonight.
Numbers this year at the line below 70, so when he's getting to the line, not nearly as effective as he'd like.
Well, it definitely was a disappointing part of his game this year. Not the numbers he was hoping for from the strike.
A young team trying to find their place. The league can have it tough on the road, Clark. And the 2015 Timberwolves typified that sentiment.
In spades, 7-34 on the road last season. Dead last in the West as they won only 3 road games against the rest of the conference.
Here's Durant. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Durant's got 17.
Great shot. And the fade back, but he still manages to drain.
Rebound by Williams.
And with the Wolves on the road, they shot threes better and had better offense, they would still lose by double digits on average.
I tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
Teague, the pass to Evans. Down low. Here's Mirotic. It's blocked. And it's out of bounds. The Warriors able to retain possession here. Third quarter here, over a minute and a half into it. 6 to shoot. Some nice passing by Golden State.
Well, that's a lot of bricks by them early in the second. Only one make on 5 tries so far in the second half.
Hacked on the shot, and he'll have 3 chances at the line.
You know, guys, for the Wolves on the road last year, it was hard because they are in the West. I mean, we've talked before about how far they have to travel as a team for their road game. And, you know, guys, Manu Ginobili's relationship with Greg Popovich has been really interesting over the years. In the beginning, Pop obviously had a rigid system. Ginobili played with a lot more freestyle and freewheeling nature. The two clashed heavily early on, as one might expect.
Bogut sends a screen for George. Fires the 3. Makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals, 5 for 8 in the game.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
And Williams, here we go. It's stolen by Bogut. Now running up the court, Evans trying to push it out. And it's blocked. And now the Timberwolves on the break. They're going up court. And a foul called on the shot. Got it all the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
Well, for Darren Williams, the injury riddle campaigns just keep piling up.
Yeah, it's almost difficult to watch considering how good he was when he was healthy. I mean, you're talking about one of the most explosive players in the game over the last decade at the point guard spot. But the injuries, hard to overcome.
Timberwolves trail by 6. A fadeaway. Durant, that's good. Durant's got 4 points this quarter.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Bogut kicks to Lua. Montezumas with the steal. And now Minnesota on the fast break. And he gets it to go. And now just a 2-point Warrior lead.
That makes 3 in a row to start the second half. And guys, for Darren Williams last season, all those injuries really affected his shooting. 39% from the field last year, the second lowest mark of his career, and he just couldn't create space or elevate to get the clean looks he had grown accustomed to.
Some changes for Golden State. Kaminsky is checked in for Bogut. Jefferson comes in for George. And it's Roberson in for Tyreek Evans.
Not really sure what he was thinking about on that shot. That is not high IQ basketball.
Not at all. I mean, he shouldn't even consider taking that shot. Just a poor choice there.
And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the right.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Well, it was. I mean, a tight game like this one, you'd think they'd have a little more energy at the defensive end than that.
Whole new look on the floor for Minnesota. It's stolen by Kaminsky. And up the court come the Warriors on the break. The shot is off. There's Ken with the 3. Here's Kilpatrick. And a miss there on the triple.
And, you know, talking about Darren Williams, last year wasn't all bad. I mean, nearly 7 assists a game, 3.5 rebounds, a steal. Not the stocking stuff that he used to do, but he still battled and he still contributed.
And they came out smoking here from beyond.
And Greg, as hot as they are from out there, absolutely no reason at all not to just keep letting them fly.
And Amute dishes to Moscow. Howard down after the assist. Let him into the lane.
Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game, fellas.
And Roberson kicks to Smart. And poor shot selection there. Not a high percentage look for him. Now, here's Amute. He's guarded close to the inside. It's stolen by Kaminsky. Here's Jefferson. Boom, he jams it straight down.
That's what we and they always love seeing him in those breaks. He makes it look fun and easy.
And you know, he's going to continue to bury those if that's how they're going to DM him.
Well, I tell you, the Warriors roster fit together hand in glove. They were led by the Splash Brothers, but the front court and the bench really complemented the rest of the team perfectly because all of the players for the Warriors were extremely versatile and highly skilled.
Timberwolves trail by 3. Kilpatrick. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials on the contact and he'll shoot 2. The Oracle Arena was rocking last season with good reason. The Warriors would finish the league best 39-2 at home last year.
And how about that 39-2 record put them one off of tying the best record ever in the NBA. That record, by the way, belongs to the Celtics with 40 wins back in 1986.
Here's Lure. Good, and Smart gets the assist. Smart's got 3 assists tonight. Outside Williams. There's a screen by Modiunas. Williams gets to Modiunas. Misses the 3.
Well, I tell you what, you look at the Warriors, and they were actually unstoppable in every way last season. Average home margin of victory was 13-plus points. A lot of those games weren't even that close as they let things get tight in garbage time.
Durant, the pass to Modiunas. Now here's Durant. Not a lot of room. And the jam by Modiunas.
And check out the bounce.
Bounce to the ounce. Clark, how about that?
Yeah.
All right,
You
showing
said
him
it,
off
Kevin.
right there. Good move.
You said it, my man. He's a highlight reel waiting to happen.
Lure can't hit.
And more on the Warriors' home dominance. Shot almost 50% as a team at home, which led the league. Shot over 41% from beyond the arc as a team.
Right side Durant. He dishes it to Modiunas. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The fader. It's rebounded by Golden State. Kaminsky's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. They get it again. Outside for Jefferson. Up in time. And released it in time, but it's off the mark. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. The Warriors on top, up by 2. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the 4th quarter gets underway. Welcome back as we get rolling once more. The 4th quarter right ahead in what's been a very well-contested game. Teague out there with Roberson. Then it's John Lure. Then it's Kaminsky. And it's George in the small forward position. So that's the group out there for Golden State. Cannon dishes to Amute. Moscow wide open. He fires. It's good. This game is all even. Teague drives in. Here's Kaminsky. And he uses both hands to jam it in.
Sheer, unadulterated power right there. I mean, he ripped it down with both hands.
Absolutely. A resounding dunk.
Just a take no chance slam by the big fella.
There's George. It's blocked. Out of bounds. Minnesota takes possession. Miritich is checked in for John Lewis. Timberwolves shooting one of the high points for them in this game at 54%. Almute is green on Teague. Miritich again. Almute. Can't get it to go. And Golden State will come the other way. They've held a 12-point lead early. Mozgov. And it's blocked. Robertson. And he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
Solid work on the back end of that play.
Yeah, finish hard with two hands on the stuff.
Yeah, nothing extravagant, guys, but again, no need on that one.
Here's no buzzer. He nails it.
Better to be lucky than just to have that shot to fall.
There's the feed to Miritich. Off target from three-point range. The Timberwolves trade. Finishes the break with a slam.
Rising high to throw that one down.
Sky high. Fantastic one-hand jam.
Nice way there, guys, to finish up that possession.
3 consecutive baskets have come right at the rim. The defense had better start buckling down and tightening up.
Guys, they are getting exposed in terms of their low post defense.
And some changes here for the Warriors. Bogut comes in for Kaminsky. And Tyreke Evans is subbed in for Robertson. Teague against Williams. Teague drives in. He watches it go through the hoop for his 8th make. Now 8 for 14.
Wow, got that one off right in the face of the big fella. Nice quick release.
Yeah, and the mid-range shot really the only option in that situation. Sometimes when you're facing a bigger guy, you can't get it all the way to the rim.
And they'll be counting on even more points from him. That's essential if they're going to pull this game out.
Trying to find Miritich, gets it to him. Teague kicks to Bogut. That's good, and so Teague with the assist.
Well, I tell you what, I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders. They're not getting the job done.
That's a great point. 10 of the last 12 points they've allowed have come at the rim.
And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Warriors.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
Yeah, also, they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long.
Lock at 6. The dish to Ginobili. Lets it go from the wing. Kept alive. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the 4th quarter. Miritich has a wide open look. No good from outside.
Well, it's just been one of those kind of games for him.
Durant kicks to Williams. Back to Durant. Rebounded by Bogut.
Now, nice work there to contest the finish inside.
You know, they got the shot they wanted, but his defense, deterred them from those claims.
Miritich, the screen. Off the pick. Good. And now a 9-point Warrior lead.
Boy, I tell you what, nice little run here they're going on.
And getting to the 10 has been the key there. Getting point-blank looks time and time again.
Durant against George. With the fadeaway. And play stops as it looks like they call him over the back here.
That's really a tough call. One you don't like to see, but it was called, and now he's got to really make sure that he's on top of his game here in regards to not picking up another foul. That was his 5th right there.
The Warriors making a switch here. Villanueva's checked in. Nice shot by Bogut.
And those are the kinds of plays that are just killing them right now. Yeah, can't be pleased with all these easy looks they continue to give up there in the paint.
No, I'm sure he's not, Greg. I mean, their defense is showing a lot of holes, especially down low. That's unacceptable.
And the Timberwolves call time. Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, I was able to listen in on the Timberwolves head coach talking to his team. He's not pleased with the careless turnovers offensively, saying, listen, we've got to get shots. It's as simple as that. We have to play smart and value the basketball. Kevin, did it sink in?
Thank you, Doris. Gobert.
And he just punishes the D for falling asleep at the wheel.
Yeah, a little disorganized that time, and the result, 2 points in the loudest way possible.
Guys, there has to be better rim protection than that. Not very good.
The Minnesota Timberwolves come into this one following a loss to the Kings in Sacramento. Evans kicks to Villanueva. Screen by Bogut. Back to Evans. From outside, off the mark. Timberwolves trail by 9. And that's collected by Bogut. Bogut's got rebound number 5. Gobert with the block. And so the ball out of bounds. Gobert touched it last. Here's Teague. Off the inbound pass.
One made 3 for him for the game. Does he focus closer in? Let's see. You know what? Those are shots you just hate to miss when you get those kinds of bunnies on possession.
Ginobili the pass to Montius. Oh, that one, no question. Powered it down.
Forget about finesse and agility. This big fella's all about power and force.
Teague against Williams. Villanueva. And that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague. Teague's got 5 assists in the game. Here's Durant. Oh, and it's sent back by Bogut.
He's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far. That's a terrific sequence at both ends of the floor. They block the shot and recover it for the fast break finish.
That's good, and the Warrior leaders get down to 9 in the bucket for Montius.
And he has starting to turn it on now after that slow start.
Bogut with us, 3-9 Williams. Williams again. It's Teague. To the wing on the left. Here's Villanueva. Another 3 for Golden State.
No question as to which team gave the better effort tonight. A dominant performance and an outstanding win for the Warriors.
The sheer volume of 3-pointers was the deciding factor tonight, it seems.
Yeah, they sink one, Kevin, and then they do it again. It worked.
And I think a great job in positioning themselves for the W here. It's win number 21 on the season.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And that next meeting, Greg, will be their second and final game of the season series, being in opposite conferences. So you bet nobody wants to get swept even in a 2-game season series. I think the next game will be hotly contested.
A fantastic show. And what an amazing all-around game it was for Jeff Teague. A big part of their success was his ability to keep the ball moving, finding guys when they would flash open.
There's a screen. And Villanueva kicks to George. 5 on the clock. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. Gobert. And so he's picked up his final foul. And he will sit for the rest of this game. And he knocks down the first one.
Shooting for Golden State, Paul George.
He hits both from the strike. Now the Timberwolves with it. They trail by 14. Right side, Durant. The pass to Moniutis. Back to Durant. And it's sent back by Jordan. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. Some good moments throughout this one, but they have the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, and I thought good execution really played a big part throughout.
Thank you for